This conference will now be recorded.
So in our last class, what we have done that, let me open the PPT. Okay, so in our last class, we have seen we can create a function group, right? And we can assign a function module to the function group, because each function module, when you are going to create, it requires a function group. Without function group, you cannot create a function module. So function group is basically to combine the function module together. Okay, just for grouping purpose. And when you create a function group, this function group is nothing but a program type, and in form of include, this function module is going to get generated over there. Okay, so you can club it together maybe, and then I will do this one, no fill, and it will be like this, something like this, it's grouped together, this function group. Fine. So we have seen yesterday the normal function module. We are having three types of function module: normal function module, remote enable function module, and update FM. Okay, let's go and see some more feature of the function module. So the T code to create the function module is, you can see here, I have noted it down from AC37 and from AC80. From both places you can create a function module. So let's go to /n AC37. So /n for the refreshing this session, and AC37 is the transaction for the function module. Okay, my requirement is based upon, so ZMB underscore 28 division IT. This function module study I was trying to create. Okay, so from outside I will get one internal table, right? From outside I will get a material type, and based upon that material type I will get the data into my calling program. So let's go to the calling program, and suppose if you want to see where this function module has been used in which program, right? So there is a very handy tool called where used list. This particular tool, very important tool. This particular tool, this is very important tool. Okay, it will feel, it's a so widely used, this where used list, in the support project, or mostly in support project, when you have to find out, like, suppose this particular function module has been used at how many places. So that tool will become very handy, and you will have not to go there in the program, every program, and to check, if you are not sure in which program it has been used. So you can use with the help of this tool that at how many places this function module has been used in what artifacts. It will show you what classes it has been used. Okay, it will show you this function module can be used inside a function module also, right? It will tell you this function module has been used in a which function module, which program, which class, right? So it will give you all the information. Put the cursor over here and click on this where used button. If I would be using in some program class, it will tell you in what places you want to search it over here. So I want to check only in program, so I will remove this one and click on this OK button. And in ZMB28 demo 20 I have called this one, so it's easy for me to now find out, right? I was easily able to find out my yesterday program, right? And here you can see that. Okay, so yesterday I have already shown, right, how to uh, get the data, right? How to get the data in an internal table from the function module, right? Today I will show you there is a tab called tables in the function module, right? So if you double click on this function module, you will go inside that function module, right? And here, how to use this tab basically. Okay. Though this has been obsolete, but you can use, if you want, you can use this one. So instead of here, the exporting, I'm going to write, I'm going to declare one, I'm going to declare one parameter here, maybe the table parameter. So just I'm going to give tt underscore mara because this is a table parameter, right? And the type and the associated type, here you will have to specify the structure. It will automatically become internal table. Here if you observe, here we are defining the, if you let me give the associated type as a mara will be have like a structure over here, right? So each table will be have like a structure, right? Flat types may only be referred using the like for table parameters. Okay, let me give the like over here. It is not supporting type. Okay, you can see here tables parameter are obsolete. Okay, but just I want to show you, so here in export parameter, you can see here I'm giving the table type, right? Table type, and here I'm giving the structure. This mara is your database table which behaves like a structure, right? And here you can see this table type. If you go inside this table type, double click on this table type, okay, you can see that this is your table type. Let me clear the drawing. Okay, so yeah, now here you can see this is the table type, and this table type is having the record type, that means the line type as a mara, right? This mara is a table which behaves like a structure, right, over here. So I'm copying this mara from here. Already I have put this mara, so this mara is nothing but your structure over here. Now save it, check it, activate it, and it will get activated. So instead of, I was getting the data into this et underscore mara, right? You can put in changing also this export parameter, and tables, in changing you'll have to give the table type over here. So for example ct underscore mara, I'm just going for the changing, and here type, and here also you'll have to give the table type. Okay, you have to give the table type. So jtt underscore mara, I'm giving this table type, and here fine, just save it. So both meaning is same. This is also your internal table, this is also your internal table, this is also your internal table. So with all the way you can get the data into your calling program. Just semantically its meaning is different, no, इसका अर्थ केवल अलग अलग है, its meaning is different. Technically all is technically this exporting and changing, right? So you can get from the program this value, you can get some value from there and you can manipulate over here. That's the meaning of changing, right? Exporting means whatever you are going to get the value from function module, you are going to pass from here to the program, so with the help of export also, I can send out my internal table value to the calling program. Okay, with the help of changing also I can do. So both is almost same, and tables also is same, only only the way of declaration is different. Let's do the same select query and we will see in all the internal table you will get the same data. Et underscore mara already we are having, ct underscore mara I will use. Okay, so here I will use the ct underscore mara. Okay, I will use the ct underscore mara, and now this is my table type. So come over here, this table type, sorry, this is now also your internal table, right? Directly it will become your internal table. So you can directly mention, it also means whatever you feel the convenient over here. This is a table, so you can maybe tt also you can give, it also you can give. For changing I'm giving the c initially for the changing purpose, just a kind of abbreviation. Exporting you can see e I am giving, for importing I'm giving the im. So these are some standard practices which you will have to take care of. Okay, though if you are not going to give it, it is not like that it will not work. It will work, but it's not good, it's not readable, right? Come over here, and For the tables, TT underscore Mara I have given. So give here the TT underscore Mara, right? So TT underscore Mara. Click on this pretty printer, check the syntax, right? There is no problem over here. Here you can see this underscore is not visible. Let me, okay, it was due to the large size. Okay. Okay, so here now it's fine. So ET underscore Mara, CT underscore Mara, TT underscore Mara, all is having the same meaning, only different way you can use it over here. Just check the syntax, activate it. Okay, let's go to the program, go back, and this is my program. And here you can see that, the changing parameter, you can also use over here the changing parameter. Okay, and therefore the changing parameter I have used the CT underscore Mara. In the same way you can get the data over here. IT underscore Mara 1 I'm just giving, and then tables also, the tables, you can use the tables also. So here you can see that I'm facing the challenges, like it's not properly coming. So what you can do, you have the option, you can go to the pretty printer, you can go to this pattern, you can click on this pattern button, and automatically it will take care of the pop-up formatting. Okay, this tables is there, right? So in this tables, let me copy this one, tt underscore Mara, just go back, and we'll have to give the tables over here. Okay, so I think do you have to give in beginning? Yeah, so the order is important. Okay, that's why it is not taking. TT underscore Mara equal to IT underscore Mara 2. Maybe we can give like this. So tables, exporting, importing, changing, like this we can give the full stop over here. Click on this pretty printer. Again, some formatting issues there. So better what I will do, I will comment this one, and I will directly go over here, click on this pattern button, and this is my function module. Make sure that your function module should be activated, then only impact will come over here. You can see that exporting, importing, tables, and changing. Now it has come in the pop-up format. Okay, tables, uh, tables, it was fine. So after the importing tables, I was supposed to write, that was the only mistake, otherwise it was fine. So maybe here itself I can give comment this one, and here I will give this tables, copy this one. First I will enable. Okay, it got enabled now, and this one, the tables, control X, cut, and just before changing I will use it. So you can see now there is no problem. So order is important. So you can see the same order it is there. If you observe over here in SE37, import, right, export, changing, and tables, right? Okay, no, not the same order, right? Tables, it is taking here first, at last it is not taking the table, it's giving some error. Check the syntax, and some problem is there. IT Mara 2 and 1 I have not declared, that's why, right? So what I will do, that I will declare control D, right? Mara 1 and Mara 2. So same internal table, same kind of internal table I have declared. Exceptions it is telling invalid, fine, because I have given the full stop over here. Now it's okay, there is no problem. Check the syntax, activate this one, and it got activated. So everything, this is also fine, this is also fine. So this all depends on how your requirement is and how you are going to use this one. So what's the difference between, let me first show you the result. Okay, press F5 to go inside the function module, and you can see that in ET underscore Mara we got 328, TT underscore Mara also we got 328, and TT underscore Mara also we got 328 records. Come over here, and you can see CT Mara 320, ET Mara 320, and TT Mara also 320. You might be wondering what is this particular record, right? TT underscore Mara, some cap type of thing is coming, right? I will show you about this. What is this actually? Okay, Earlier it used to be used very much, but nowadays it has been obsolete. That's why, this is actually known as table with header line. Table with a header line means people with cap, person with cap, right? Person with cap. Similarly, table with header line. That's why this cap is there, right? Topi. Okay. So here now you can come over here and go back, and you will see that the same 328 and it underscore mara 2, then it underscore mara 1, we are having the three internal table and all is having the same record, right? So this all depends on you how you want to use it. Go back. You understood how to use the table, right? Now if you have any question over here, please feel free to ask. Okay, if not, let's go ahead. And just I want to show you here, now you can do any kind of manipulation like there in the program, right? You can do any kind of manipulation. Events you cannot use inside a function module, but other logic, loop, if, okay, you can call subroutine, you can call. Okay, so this kind of stuff you can do. Okay, let's go back, and now I will show you about the remote enabled function module. What is this remote enabled function module? Okay, so remote enabled function module is also known as RFC FM. This was the one which just we were talking. It is the normal function module. Okay, the one.
Pankaj, Pankaj,
Yeah.
Pankaj, I have one more doubt. Can you please go to the function model?
Yes.
Yes. But here you are exporting parameter, you are passing in a single quotations, no, set.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
But you will pass directly in the default value in the exporting parameter in the function
Right.
module.
Yes. Yes. So you can specify the parameters over here. Parameters p underscore FEIT or mat type, right? Mat type FE, this MTART. Okay, so you can give a parameters, right? And once you give the parameters, you can get the value from the selection screen, and that value, instead of hard coding, you can pass it, you can pass it dynamically. Okay, so like that you can do. It will
Yes, yes.
produce the.
No, I am asking in
uh,
the function model directly you will pass default value, no?
Yeah, you can pass the default value. Here you have the default option. If you don't pass anything, it will take the default value. So for example, if you want to pass FEIT, you can give the FEIT over a default value, or
Yes.
ROH. Yes, you
Okay.
can do this one. Save it, activate it, activate. Okay. So if you don't pass anything, then automatically that will take the value ROH or FEIT. Okay, I will show you that one. So come over here, mark this as a this is mandatory as of now. So what I will do, that I will mark it as a optional. Okay, so that I will not pass any value from there. Come over here and I will comment this one. That means I'm not going to pass anything, right? So in exporting, because there is no value I'm passing, so I will just know disabling everything, put the breakpoint over here and press F8. Okay, here I'm not passing anything as of now, and press F5. And if you come over here and the value, the MTART, right? If you check this value over here, uh, this IM underscore material type. Okay, IM underscore material type. Come over here, double click. You can see the ROH, the default value is coming, which I have given. And here in where condition, you can use that one. I was not using anything in where condition. We can use something over here in the where condition, going to change. And here you can use the where condition is in import parameter material type. Copy this one and paste it over here, equals to sorry, here you'll have to give the mtrt, the table field equal to this. Okay, so if you don't pass anything from the program, automatically the default value here ROH or whatever in single quote you will have to just give it. If it is a character data type, you will have to give in a single quote. If it is the integer data type, single quote is not required. Okay, so in case of non-numeric data type, put in a single quote. In case of numeric data type, you don't require to put in the single quotes. Fine. Now I'm not giving as of now anything. Press F8. So this also will go inside, and you can see for this I have used the where condition, so you will get here less number of records, 64 only. Here all the record I'm getting, so 328. So like that, we can use. Any other question?
No, Pankaj. But you are giving ROH though, that's why it will give effective only. Materials.
Yeah, I'm not giving anything. That's why if you are going to use the ROH value from here, and suppose if you're going to enable this one, okay, so this time it will not take the this time it will not take the default value because we are passing the value from here. Okay, so if you don't pass any value, then only it will take the default value. So for example, I'm going to take ROH, and there I have put the default value FEIT, if you remember. Okay, press F5 and you can see now in here it will come the ROH. There I have defined the FEIT as a default value. You can see FEIT, and it is in activated status, right? So because I'm passing, if you don't pass anything, then it will take by default FEIT. Okay. Okay, any other question?
No, Pankaj.
Okay, fine. So now let's go and see about the RFC function module. So this RFC function module is also known as remote function called or remote enabled function module. So what is this? So this is a function module only. This is a function module only. This is basically a function module only, basically FM only, but it can be called from outside of the current system, right? Outside of the current system. What is the meaning of outside of the current system? Okay, so outside of the current system means, suppose this is my system name is, let's suppose this is SAP1 system, SAP1 system. And in this, if we're going to create one RFC enabled function module, okay, if we're going to create some RFC enabled function module, then this RFC enabled function module can be called, from any other system, from different system, from the web browser, right? From the Fury app, from UI5 app, any different, .NET, right? Java, uh, some Visual Basic, any different platform it can be. So different SAP system also. So like suppose SAP 2 system, this is there, and this is SAP 3 system, right? Another completely different system. Okay, so this function module can be called, this function module can be called, with the different system. Okay, from the different system, from the web browser, from different platform it can be called. That's the meaning. Okay, that's the meaning actually. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to tell you over here, that this particular function module can be called from the different places, right? So SAP2, SAP3, and this can be some HTTP based application, HTTPS based application, right? Or this can be some .NET or Java or whatever, .NET or Java or VB platform, anything it can be. Okay. Now how to call? So what you will have
Pankaj,
to do? Hmm. Yes.
Pankaj, one more thing here. But
Hmm.
RFC is working with all another other HTTP .NET any related other systems. Only some
Yes.
systems it is allowed.
Every system you can call. Most of the system you can call Java, .NET, Visual Basic, SAP2, different system you can call. There may be some limitation, but Java, .NET, VB, most of the system I think it supports. That's the meaning of UI5 application, HTTPS based application. You know, this RFC enabled function module can be called. Okay.
Okay, okay. But in ALIX also passing no BAPIs.
Yeah, BAPI is also.
What is the
What's the
difference between?
Yeah, the difference between BAPI and RFC function module is only BAPI is a business object based concept. That's the class based concept. And the RFC is the procedural programming based concept. That's the only difference, main difference. Main difference is this much. BAPI can be also called from any side. Why? Because the BAPI is also a RFC enabled function module. That's why BAPI can be also called from anywhere of the environment. Okay. But only the main difference is that business object is the class based concept, object based concept. Okay. And this is RFC function module is a procedural programming based concept. Fine, it's clear.
Yes, Pankaj.
RFC can be BAPI can be called from anywhere because that is also a RFC enabled function module. Okay, let's go ahead and see how we can create a RFC enabled function module. So double click over here, and now I will copy this function module, the same function module I will copy. Okay, so this is my function module. Just go back. Okay, click on this copy button, ZMB28 underscore RFC demo. Okay, RFC FM or something like. Here I'm supposed to write two function module because I'm copying with this name, and ZMB28 is my original function module. So from this function module I'm copying this one. Click on this copy button, click on this OK, go into change mode, and everything will be same. You don't have to do uh, more things. Only two things you will have to take care. See, when the reference come into the picture, this is your one RFC function module, and this is another RFC, or here you have the different system. So if you are having the different system, you will not be able to use the reference. Suppose from this system you can pass the reference of your own system only, right? You will not be having the command of another address, another memory address, right? So you will have to you will have to understand this fact, that because you cannot handle the address from outside of the environment with the help of variable, so you must have to mark your parameter as pass by value. So it's a pass by value, it's fine, there is no problem. So in RFC function module, your parameter must be passed by value. Passed by reference will not work, because you cannot access the memory with the help of a you cannot reference a particular variable address in some another system address. I will try to make you understand in a little different way. Here also you can see the pass by value, it is marked, so here it is not problem, right? And in change, here you can see the pass by value, it is not marked, so here it will give you the error. Okay, in tables there is no problem, fine. Only in changing pass by value it is not there. If you check it, just go here and second option select, because you want to mark it a remote enabled function module, just save it. Okay, now if you check the syntax, it will tell you in RFC modules only parameters with pass by value are allowed. Meaning of this means you cannot use the pass by reference over here. Okay, you must have to use the pass by value. You must have to use the pass by value. Okay, so in normal function module, you have seen in normal function module it was not giving any error, right? When you have selected the normal function module, whether you keep pass by value or pass by reference, pass by value or pass by reference, both is fine in normal function module. Why? Because the normal function module can be called within a system, right? Normal function module can be called within a system, and since you can call within a system, so you can use the reference, right? You can use the reference. There is no problem in using the reference, okay, in the same system. Check the syntax over here. Still it is giving the problem because I have not changed this one. Mark it pass by value, and now if you will check, it will not create any problem. Okay, only it is giving you some information message that can impair the performance in RFC. What its meaning? The meaning means, you know, if we're going to use the internal table, because internal table is having multiple value, right? Internal table can have the multiple rows in a table, and you are calling from one system to another system. Data need to be carried from one system to another system, right? It may be large amount of data, correct? So in case of large amount of data, if we're going to carry from one system to another system, it will obviously, you know, it will obviously impact on performance, right? It will be obviously having the impact on the performance. If you are having the two system and you are going to enable, you know, you are going to use the internal table, then it may have the problem with respect to performance. That's what it is telling. Okay, it can impair the performance, it can impair the performance. That's what it is trying to tell. But that is the, you know, that is the warning, that is the information message you can ignore. And now your function module, RFC function module, is ready. So what important point you will have to take care? So in RFC function module, if we're going to use the RFC function module, RFC function module, the very first point, you know, the very first point is that, you know, uh, steps to create the RFC FM, right? The first step, mark, select the remote enabled option from attribute, from the attribute. Okay, I'm talking about this remote enabled module. This radio button you will have to select. The first, other thing will be same. Okay, the steps to create extra steps, in fact I'm supposed to write extra steps to create the RFC FM. Second, you will have to make sure all the parameters should be of type, you know, pass by value, pass by value, very very important. Okay, now in interview they will ask you, okay, what is the important extra steps you will have to follow? So you'll have to tell, okay, this is, okay, this you must have to do, then only it will become right. And another steps what you will have to follow, this one, this is very very important, pass by value. Now they will ask you the question, why pass by value only we are supposed to do, right? Why you are supposed to do pass by value? So you will have to tell that, because if you are going to use the pass by reference, and suppose you are calling a function module, this is SAP2 system, right? And here you are having the FM called sum. This is one FM name sum is in SAP2 system, and we are having a SAP1 system, and in this SAP1 system you have a report, okay, Z test. Let us suppose you have the report called Z test, and you are going to call this FM sum, okay, and you are going to pass, right, some exporting parameter, let us suppose. and there will be some importing parameter, right? Exporting, importing, table, changing, whatever your requirement, based upon that requirement you are having some parameters, right? So now you are mentioning here the exporting parameter. Let us suppose v ev underscore first number equal to 10 you are having, okay, and some importing parameter, something like that you are having, right? Now imagine if we are going to mark this parameter, right, ev underscore fn as a pass by reference. In this system it is okay. In this system, in SAP1 system, suppose this ev underscore fn, right, this ev underscore fn is your, you know, let us suppose this ev underscore fn is your, just mark me some with another color, okay, and here it is at 1000 memory address, right? It is at 1000 memory address. So that's the meaning of pass by reference, right? If you are going to mark it pass by reference, and at this 1000 memory location your value 10 is there, right? Your value 10 is there. So value 10 is there over here, val equal to 10 at this particular memory address. Now you imagine if we are going to pass the memory address 1000 from here to here in this system, right, and you are telling that system please access the memory of this particular address, how it is possible for this system to access the memory of this system? It is very difficult. It is very difficult to access the memory of one system by the another system, right? It will be difficult. It will be very difficult to manage. Maybe it will be possible, but you know, will be so much logic, so much algorithm, you know, I don't know what are the steps need to be followed. Or suppose if it is possible also from performance point of view, you know, once your control come over here, how to access the memory and how to access the content, it will become very difficult, or maybe it will be impossible also, right? So that's why, you know, we are not supposed to pass the reference, right, from one system to another system. Pass the value directly. So directly this value will go, instead of a reference, means instead of address, your value will directly go from one system to another system, right, or vice versa. Okay, so now I think it should be clear. That's why we are not supposed to use the pass by reference. So you'll have to give the answer like this. It is not possible to access of a reference of a variable from one system to another system. That's why in the RFC function module, we must have to give the pass by value only. Okay. Hope it's clear for everyone. If you have any doubt, feel free to discuss.
Pankaj, does that
Yes.
mean in SAP system 2, we cannot change
Uh,
the value for the variables?
uh, I didn't get your question properly. Can you come once again?
Our remote enabled function module is in SAP 1 system, right?
Yes, your function module is here, this fm sum. In this context I have created this RFC fm here. RFC fm is here, and I'm calling this RFC fm, this particular fm I'm calling, you know, this particular fm I'm calling, you know, I'm calling, just give me a second. Actually this one I want to mark it in some color. This RFC FM is in SAP 2 system, okay, and this SAP 2 RFC FM sum I'm calling from this SAP 1 system. Okay, now please tell me.
Okay, so here in SAP 1 system, we are changing the value.
We are passing the value. How we are calling the function module? We are calling the function module like this: call function sum, name of the, you know, function module. This is sum, and then we are going to pass the exporting parameter, and then we are going to get the importing parameter, right?
Yes.
So some maybe first number, and then we can pass the ev underscore second number, maybe 20, and in the importing parameter, maybe we'll having the sum, right? EV underscore sum. So those two number will be added up over there and it will give me, right? So here you will be having some variable LV underscore sum in this program, right? Yeah, now
Okay. 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 Got it.
okay, so you will it will add it over here and you will get back. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. So some function module already we have created, right? If you want to make that some function module as a RFC enabled function module, so that from other system or from Java program or from some another program, if you want to call, right, you can call it. Go into attribute, you can mark it remote enabled function module. Go into import parameter, pass by value already there, it's fine. In export parameter also it is there, right? So you don't have to bother about here. Check the syntax, it is fine, activate it, and it now became your remote enabled function module. Okay, now it became your remote enabled function module. Now how to call this remote enabled function module in a real time we will see. So what's the syntax to call? Okay, what's the syntax to call? So here I have shown you, call fm sum, and one extra parameter, one extra you have to give one extra keyword called destination, right? You will have to tell to this SAP1 system that please go into this SAP2 system, right? So you will have to give the destination, and in this destination you have to give the destination name. Okay, that means you have to specify the system name. Okay, you have to specify this SAP2 system name. So destination name you will have to give. All right, now if you simply specify this system name, it will not work, right? Because you cannot simply go and log in into any system, right? If you simply give SAP2 system, right, some security violation, authorization violation will happen. So you must have to provide the user ID and password, right? So instead of passing this system name, right, what we do, we will create a destination for this SAP2 system in SAP1 system, right? And this destination generally gets created by the basis people, because all the authorization, all the system related system access related things, they are going to handle. So you have to go and ask, please create a destination, right? So if you simply tell destination, they will not understand. So what you will have to tell, you will have to tell, please create a RFC destination. Okay, so that you can call your RFC function module, which is here, right? So you will tell that please create a RFC destination in SAP1 for the system SAP2, so that the function module which is there in the SAP2 system you can use. You have to tell to them. If they are already having, they will tell that, boss, we are already having, please take this one. Okay, if it is not there, they will ask you, please get all the required approval to create the RFC destination, because you cannot simply access any of the system, right? It will be security violation issue, right? So maybe they will ask you for some approval or something like that. Or if it is some development system, maybe they will create without any other thought, or you can also create in the development system. So what you will have to do, that suppose this is my, if you see, this is my system S43, and let us suppose I have one another system S45. This is my current system S43, and I have some another system, the system name is S45. That is my system, and for this S45 system I want to create a RFC destination in my current system S43, right? So how to do this one? So generally this is the work of basis people, but just I will show you some overview. I will give you how they will do. Okay, or suppose if you have the proper authorization, what you can do, /n, the SM58 is the T code, there you can go, sorry, SM59. SM59 is the T code to create the RFC destination. You can see that configuration of RFC connection. Okay, go here, the ABAP connection. You are creating the ABAP connection, right, from SAP to SAP system, right? You can see the from I'm creating from SAP to SAP. If you are going to create some, HTTP connection, you can see for the HTTP means from internet. If you are going to connect some TCP IP, you can see transport this uh, this TCP, transmission control protocol, right? IP, internet protocol. So some different already they have created many, right? You can see connections using ABAP driver. So different RFC can be created between two SAP system. You'll have to, because SAP is ABAP based system. All the programming has been done in which language? In ABAP language, between two SAP systems. So if you have to create a RFC destination, if you want to join, if you want to connect one SAP system to another SAP system, then what you will have to choose? In that case, you will have to choose the ABAP connection. You will have to choose the ABAP connection because this SAP system is ABAP based system. So you'll have to choose this ABAP connection. Okay, go here and I will erase all these things. Now it's clear for you. Come over here, select this one, click on this create button. Okay, you'll have to give the RFC destination name over here. Okay, so what you will have to do, that for that particular system there will be a logical name that particular system. So I told you the another system name is what? Another system name is ACE45. So this ACE45 system will be having a name, right? Because or maybe as of now, just you understand that this system name you will have to give over here. Just in a simple language, just to understand that you will have to give the system name over here. So here maybe you are going to give the system name, right? ACE45. Description you will have to give some description you will have to give. And now if you want to choose the load balancing, right, in this server there can be many different instances running together. So just to utilize the load balancing, okay, this is a term to manage the load, to manage the load in a round robin technique. This load is going to manage, suppose this ACE45 system, there can be different application server instances, right? So suppose some sub application server instances is free, some is going to be busy, right? So you want to check that particular load balancing, which one is free, which one is going to be uh, busy, right? So for that particular set of application instances, to check and based upon the availability you want to choose that particular instance, then you can use the load balancing. If you're not going to use, whatever the server, the system will decide, he will do and he will pick up. So both is fine. Okay, and the target host, here you will have to give the application server name over here. So if you go and check, I will show you. Here you can see the target host and here you can see the IP address. So every system is having their own IP address. Okay, that means application server address. If you right click over here and click on this properties, you will see that this system, the current system, that means is 43 system currently in which I am showing you, application server instance is this one, instance number is 48. So this is a address of my system, so I'll have to tell the address, right? Then only we will be able to go and log in into that. So all this required information you will have to give it, and then login and security will have to give the user ID and password. So if you know that the system in which you are going to log in, so generally here the language we will select the English client, in which client you want to log in, right? So whenever I go and try to log in into my system, it is asking for client, right? User, password, and English. The same information you have to give and save it permanently over there, so that whenever you are going to call, automatically this information for the another system, S45 system, for the S45 system, you will have to give this information. And now your RFC destination is ready. Okay, now so I don't have any some S45 system or something like that, but you just understand like this. Here of course we'll have to provide the logical system name. Okay, so but this is a overview, this is a kind of overview. Okay, I will show you over here. Maybe see here different, you are having the different RFC destination already created, right? This is the one which I have created, which is 45. I don't know exist or not, so just I'm going to delete this one. Okay, fine. So this is how you can create. Now I will show you one example over here how you can use this function module. Suppose this is your RFC enabled function, this is regular function module, so I will take that function module, this someone, and here the attribute, the RFT enable function module we are having. If we're going to call this function module in your normal program, okay, the program which you have created. So again, I can search, or what I will do that go to SC38 and we will create one program ZMB28 underscore RFC call. Okay, click on this create button, RFC call. Okay, and type executable program, click on this save button, local object. Okay, and come over here, and what's the name of that particular uh, function module? So it's ZMB28 some, this is RFC enabled now. Okay, so you can see that it's here we are having message and all these things is fine. Okay, okay, so here you can see that call function exporting parameter, because this function module is already there in your system, right? So it is, this is not the uh, correct test case, but just I'm trying to show you because I don't have two system. Okay, this is my one system and this is the another system, right? This is the another system. So this is the one system and this is the two system. So suppose this in this two system, this particular function module has been created, ZMB28 sum. Okay, and now I'm creating this program into this first system. Okay, and I want to call this ZMB28 sum from the another system in this first system. So how to do that particular scenario I'm trying to make you understand, right? So ZMB28 sum is in another system, in this system. This particular function module is in this two, and in system one I'm going to create the program. Okay, so I will erase the drawing now. Hope you understood the use case, what I'm trying to understand. Now, since you are going to call this particular function module, assume that this is not in the current system, in the different system. So you'll have to give the destination name. As I've told you, you'll have to specify the destination over here. So you'll have to give the destination, and the name of the destination, the basis guy will give you. Okay, and once he will give the SM59 is the transaction, right? And once he will give that, I'm just going to take some randomly. So suppose some destination, maybe I'm going to take ECC SLT HANA, let us suppose this destination. Okay, so of course you should have authorization or something like that, so destination I'm going to give ECC SLT HANA, you must have to give in a single quote. Okay, so this is your destination. So you are telling to the system, the current system, you are telling that login into this particular system, right, using this RFC destination, and execute this function module which is there, right? So what it will do, it will execute that function module and it will give you okay, it will give you the value 5 and 7, it will add, and here it will give you the value. It will work in the same way. The working mechanism is the same way as the normal function module. Simply you will have to add this particular destination option. Okay, you have to add this destination option, that's it, nothing else. Okay, now if you have a RFC function module, okay, can you call in your program? Yes, you can call, right? You can see destination is not required in that case. In your program, in the current system also you can call your RFC function module. I will show you. Okay, check this one, and cannot be modified. Yes, here it should be variable lv underscore sum, lv underscore sum data, lv underscore sum type I. So here better let me give the gv, because whatever you are going to declare at the program level, right, it is going to be your global variable. So in the global context we can use global variable sum I. Pretty printer, check the syntax now, and there is no problem. You can see, activate it, put the breakpoint, press F8. Okay, and you can go inside, press F5, and you can see that here the type conflict during a function module call, error in the program had to be terminated. It found a statement that could not be. Okay, there is a runtime error. It is giving the runtime error, right? So why? Because the type which I have specified, that is not the correct type. Go once again, I will try to see the type. Double click over here, import parameter int1 I'm passing, right? Go here, 5 and 7, it's okay. I don't think so there should be any problem. gv sum, here it is a problem actually. Okay, gv sum, I'm getting this data itself int2, so you must have to specify this as a int2. Now let's run, and I will put the breakpoint also, so that I will show you in the debugging that particular value, right? And the gv underscore sum color 7. Okay, so okay, and if you want to give some space also, you can give, right? Let's make some meaningful. Okay, now it's fine. Use the chain operator, right? Because the multiple we are going to multiple variable I'm going to print, multiple line I'm going to print, so I have used this chain operator. So using the comma I'm using. Now press F8 and come over here, press F5. You can see this time it is not giving any dump or something like that. Okay, and ev underscore sum 12, it has come, though it is the RFC enabled. You can see that you can use in your own program as well, right? Press F8 and you can see sum 12 it is showing, so there is no problem. Okay, if it is in your local system and if you want to add the destination command, you can add, because this is your RFC enabled function module, so you can use this destination keyword. Okay, and you can use this destination as none. What you can use? Destination as none, because you want to use this function module, you want to use in your system only, right? You want, this is in your system and you don't want to go anywhere else. You want to execute this particular function module, which is RFC enabled function module, in the current system itself. So I'm specifying that destination none. You don't have to go anywhere. Find this function module in the current system and execute over here. So if you want, you can specify this destination none. Okay, so more or less it is having the same impact like if you don't specify. If you don't specify also, what it will do, it will go and execute from the current system only, right? So more or less it will be having the impact like that. Only one extra thing what will happen, it will create one another session. It will create one another session, and this particular function module, though it will called synchronously, we will understand what is synchronous call, what is asynchronous call, but as of now, just to understand, it will create one another session. It will create one extra session. If we're going to if you are going to create use this destination none, this will be called in a separate session. This will be called in a separate session. I will show you. Click on this pretty printer, check this, then activate this one, put the breakpoint over here, okay, and close the another window which I have opened as of now. Okay, now you can see that we have this one, right? Go to SM66, where you can see that how many session you have opened. You can go and check in SM66, right? And filter on my user ID, right click over here and set filter, click on this, okay, and you can see that one session currently I have opened. Right now, let me run this program. Press F8, okay, come here and refresh this one. Okay, you can see that as soon as I have run this program, correct, two session got created. Why? One is for debugger session and one is for my login session. This is for my login session, right? And this is for the debugger session. One another session got started, right? You can see. So that's why two session is coming. Now press F5. Okay, press F5, and you can see that it is giving the dump now. Why? Incorrect field length for the remote function call. The current ABAP program had to be terminated because it found a statement that could not be. Okay, let me check what is the error. The error occurred during a RFC call to another. A short dump has also been written in the target system. Okay, that's fine. Destination none we are using. Let me check if it is defined or not. SM50 or 8. Sorry, SM59 actually. And destination none. Do we have to define over here? I'm not sure. Local RFC for SLT ABAP connection. Okay, so this is for the local. I think I'm not sure actually this none should be defined or not. Here it's giving dump. As per my understanding, this is fine. This 5 and 7 we are passing over here correctly, but it is giving me some problem. Let me try once again. It giving dump had to be terminated because it found a statement that could not be executed. The error occurred during an RFC call to another system, a short dump. That is fine. Data for the target system host. Call function wrong value length. The error that caused this has been logged on the called. Okay, it is telling some destination none. It's fine. Okay, let me do one thing. I will try with other way around. Okay, it's a very popular actually. I don't know, means this particular syntax for the destination name known is none is very popular syntax in the ABAP world. Okay, generally we use when we have to run it locally, but in a different system, different session, then we are going to use this destination none. Okay, let me define this variable. Okay, so data lv underscore, or I will use the inline declaration lv underscore first number equal to 5, and then data underscore lv underscore sn equals to 6. Let's suppose like this. Okay, so lv underscore fn, I'm going to pass it over here. I'm going to use gv over here. Okay, because just to show you that here whatever you are declaring, that will be in global context. Okay, so GV underscore SN. It's fine. Pretty printer. Check the syntax now. It's okay. Activate it. Let us see if it is going to work or not. So press F8. Okay. Press F5. This time also it is giving the dump. Incorrect field length. What is this field length? Remote function call. Okay. Field length. Data for the target system host.
Sir, destination none has been not defined, I think so.
That may be the reason. Just let me, I think that should not be the problem. Some problem is there. Some configuration issue it may be, because it is the basis related stuff. Okay. So just let me try to check. None, that's okay. Destination, press F1. Destination call function. And starting new task, it's okay. Destination dest in group default calling method performing subroutine on end of task, it's okay. Destination in group, I think that should be defined, that none should be defined, and it is not defined. That's why it is giving me the error. Let me try with the local is there, but again, like the user ID, password, other also should be properly defined. Press F5. This is also giving the error. RFC connection, it's not able to open the connection. Okay. So what I will do that destination none is fine. Do you have to give? No, it will give the error. None is unknown, right? ZMB28 sum. It looks good to me, but some problem is there. I will check it. What is the problem? No, and I will let you know. It should work actually. It should work. Okay. Let me give one more try. Just starting new task in destination, exporting, importing. But if we're going to use the new task, this importing will not work. Okay, importing does not work. Okay, no worries. I will check it. What is the problem? Why it's giving the error? It seems either it can be issue of the configuration, because the configuration is not properly done. That's why. Okay, or some configuration related, but generally this is the syntax what we are going to use. Call function, destination none. That's the simple syntax. It is there, right? It should work. It is supposed to work. Exporting, importing, it is fine. Everything we have kept. Okay, so okay, fine. No. So with this, let us stop our session over here. RFC we have completed. Tomorrow I will try to show you the update function module, some example, and then so tomorrow agenda is we'll see the update function module. Update function module. What is this? We will try to understand tomorrow. Let's stop today over here. If you have any question, feel free to ask, feel free to discuss, or else let's meet tomorrow. Freshers, you stop over here. Hi Pankaj, please two-way communication RFC also. Please two-way communication RFC. Shiva, I'm not able to understand your question. Two-way communication. So from there also you can call, vice versa you can call. You'll have to follow the same approach. In another system also you'll have to create the RFC destination for the first system, and in the same way you can call from there to here. Okay. Any other question?
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Say, for example, we have a function module, RFC function module in SAP System 1.
Okay.
and we are calling the
Mhm.
function module from
Mhm.
SAP system 2.
Okay, fine. This is our SAP system 1. Okay.
Yes.
And this is our SAP system 2.
Yes.
So this is my just SAP 1 and this is SAP 2. Yeah, now please go
My
ahead.
RFC function module is there in SAP 1 system.
SAP 1 system you have RFC FM. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So now if I want to create, if I want to call this RFC remote function module from SAP system 2, so where do I need to create RFC destination? In SAP system 1 or SAP system 2?
SAP system 2 you'll have to create you want to call from SAP 2 system, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so in SAP 2 system you will have to create the RFC destination for SAP 1 system.
Okay.
SAP 1 system you'll have to create.
Okay. Same likewise, if any RFC function module which is there in SAP system 2, if I need to call it from SAP system 1, then again RFC destination to be created in SAP system 1 for SAP system 2, correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I
Absolutely.
think that would be the one which Shiva is done. Okay, thank you. Got it.
Oh, okay. So this is the thing actually. Okay. So yeah, here you will have to create RFC destination to call from here, and here if you have some RFC function module, so you'll have to create here, the okay. Any other question if you have? So if you have the here SAP in SAP 2 system, if you have RFC function module, then in SAP 1 system you will have to create the RFC destination for SAP 2 system. Fine. I'm just going to save it. If you still have any doubt, feel free to ask. Okay. Or else let's stop the session over here. Please be
Sir,
freshers
in
over.
the
Yeah.
in the real time, is it we are using this, sir, in the real time?
Yes, a lot in the real time. A lot we are going to use this one. Okay. Mostly we're going to use the normal function module. Mostly we're going to
Yes.
use, suppose
Yeah.
out of 100 times, out of 100 times you might be using maybe 60 times, or
Yes, sir.
70 times the normal function module. Okay.
Yes.
The normal function module you'll have to use, and then maybe some 20 times you are going to use this RFC function module. A lot of use cases are there, this RFC, or even more,
Oh,
like if we're going to use this uh, 50 times, then here maybe this is going to be used the 40 times. Lot many places this RFC FM gets used from, because you can call from anywhere, no, this RFC FM, right?
yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah, and if SAP has to communicate with the external world, how it will communicate? RFC is only the way, right? Another like
Yes.
another is also way, like with the help of proxy also it can communicate. So we have a concept called proxy. So
Yes.
uh, through that also SAP system can communicate. But mostly I have seen this RFC is being used so widely. From PI system also you can call this RFC function module,
Okay.
from Java, .NET, from another SAP system, you can call. Okay, fine. Then I'm going to give the assignment now. Uh, so what you will have to do in the assignment, and when I'm creating the assignment, please take the screenshot, so you will not have to wait that when I will upload, then only you will be able to do the assignment. So please keep on taking the screenshot, though I will put that assignment. Okay, but I will request you to take the snapshot so that you will not have to wait till my upload over there. So function module, only in the function module the assignment what you will have to complete, that create a RFC FM. Okay, so activity 1, whoever does not want this assignment can leave. Fresher be here. Okay, now the activity 1, what we'll have to do, first, in first activity, create FM with table parameters. Create a FM with a table parameters. Okay, this is what you have to create a FM with the table parameters. Okay, get the uh, value via import parameter. Okay, and as maybe you can take the order type. Okay, so purchase order or sales order type, BBAP. Okay, so get the value via import parameter. So which value? Get the value of purchase order type, okay, or sales order type. So go and check what is the technical field name of the sales order type. Sales order types. So I think it's AUART. Let me check over there. Come over here in /n SE11 and go to VBAP F7. BBAP is the table for sales order item. Okay, and VBAK is the table for sales order header. Okay, so all the table which is ending with K, it is mostly going to be your header table. Okay, and all the table which is going to be end with P, it is going to be your item table. Okay, so BBAK is the sales header. So this is some trick how I remember. Okay, or people remember like this only, sales item. And then similarly you have the EKPO. Okay, so you can see the P you are having. So P means say purchase order item, purchase order item. And now EKKO, purchase order header, purchase order header tables. Okay, similarly you have LIKP. Okay, LIPS, LIKP delivery header record, and LIPS delivery header item record. Okay, like that you are having the table. Come over here, VB AP, and get the type. Search for the type. It's item type.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Lost due to the internet issue. Okay, so get the value of sales order type you will have to get. So this you will get in the VBAK table. VBAK table. Come over here, click on this display button, and here VB type, sales document category, it is AUART, sales document type. Okay, you can go and check how the data is here, right? So AURT you have to get from the program, get the value of sales order type, that means AUART via import parameter, right? IM underscore AUART. Now, based upon this, okay, number based on this value AUART. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
No. Yeah, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it is okay. Based on this value, get the sales order number from VBAK table, right? And then get all the data from BBAP table, BBAP table, right? So finally, what you have to get? Finally, you have to get, you know, the sales order number. That means VBELN. You will have to get final. Your final structure should be like this. Final structure in your FM or in your, you know, you have to declare the global table type so that you will have to get the data, right? Global table type only you can declare in the type of the function module, right? So you'll have to create the global table type. So VBLN will have to create over there. Then you have to create, you know, Posner for the line item and get this 3 value only. That's sufficient. Okay. So final structure will be this. You'll have to create the table type, right? Table type with the help of table type, where the table type you can create something like TT underscore final, and having line type, what line type you will have to give, you know, you have to create one structure, right? So you can create one TS structure, you can give some name of the structure JDS, right? So you're going to create from there, then you will have to start with Z structure is underscore final, you can give like this. You will have to in JDS underscore final, you should have this 3 component, right? And for this table type you have to mention this as a line type. Okay, so this will become your table type, and this table type you have to use in this final. Okay, based on this value, get the sales order number from VBAK table and then get all the data from the VBAP table. So finally what you can do, that you can use the inner join or for all entries, whatever, you know. So what actually I'm trying to tell it over here, that populate this particular value. It depends on you. You are going to use the inner join or for all entry. It all depends on you what you are going to do. So populate the below, populate the below, populate the below final structure field. Okay, and get back and get the value back via import parameter, right? So there in function module you will put this value in export parameter, right? In export parameter you will have to get the value. Okay, so do the same thing with the help of get the same value, get the same value from change parameter, and then get the same value from what? Get the same value from change parameter and get the same value from the tables parameter. Okay, all the values should be same. So in the tables parameter I have shown you, you must have to give only the structure, you don't have to give the table type over there. Okay, so just to remember. So this is the your assignment. Please complete this assignment and share with me, take this screenshot if you want to take this screenshot.
So can we scroll above? I have to take the screenshot.
Yes, I will do this. And please try to complete the assignment on time. Okay, so yesterday I can understand it was my mistake. Try to complete every day. If you do 1 or 2 assignment like this, no, you will
Okay, sir.
better command on the programming, right? So please do know you have to create a FM, right? Very simple. uh, with table parameters remove here, because you have to use all the parameter. Create FM with tables. You have to define tables, you have to use the change, you have to use the import, export, all these things, right? Import, export, tables, and change parameters all together you will have to do. Okay, and in the second step, get value of sales order type. You have to get via import parameter as IAM underscore AYT. Just you can use the name like this. It is not hard, and it's not strict that you can use this name only, but make your meaningful name. IAM must keep in beginning so that it will tell that it's a import parameter. Okay, so for table, generally what we use for table, we use IT for the import parameter, IAM underscore for table, something like that. Okay, so or maybe IMT also, or IT also you can use for import parameter. IMT means it should be meaningful that you are going to import. Or for export parameter you can use like ET underscore if it is table. For import parameter, IT underscore if it is table. If it is variable, okay, so IT, ET, CT for change, or for table type we can use like this. For change, this is for table. This is for table. If you are having the variable, you can use the uh, IV, EV, right, and CV. Okay, for variable, table is not required, right? So like that you can use. Just a hints I'm giving over here. Get the value, sales order, import parameter. Based on the value, get the sales order number from VBAK table, and then get all the data from VBAP table, right? So here you can use the for all entries, or it's your choice. You can use the sales inner join directly over there. Based upon what? Based upon, first you have to, in where condition your query should be something like this. Select, give the field name, right? All the field name which I have given it over here, right? Field name, and then all the field name will have to give. From table you will have to give which table you are going to use. You have to give the VBAK table, because in VBAK table only that EAU you will get. And you will have to use the inner join with what? BAP table. On which condition you will have to use the inner join? You'll have to use the inner join on the common field. What is the common field? Common field is VBELN. So like this you can use with the help of inner join. But I will suggest you to do both the way. For all entries also you do, and check the number of record for all entries, and from here you are going to get a same or not. So where BBELN equals to sorry, AUART should be equal to what the parameter we are getting in form of IM underscore AUART. Do this one. Okay, once you do, what you do, create a RFC function module in activity 2, in activity 2. Okay, same function module. For the same function module, create a copy of this existing function module. Create a copy of the existing function module, existing FN, and make it remote enabled, and make it RFC. So you know how to do the RFC, right? And then call this RFC from a program, using normal way. Okay, normal way, and using RFC. So you don't have the RFC, just just keep the syntax like that. It will just put the syntax and just observe how you can do. You will not be having the system, so you will not be able to do this one, but just see. And also locally, if you have to call in the RFC destination, if you have to call the FM locally in different session, then different internal session, maybe it will be good, internal session, then how to call, then how to call. Okay, so I have shown you call call function module and destination none you will have to give. Here it was not working, maybe it is the none is not defined due to that, or maybe some configuration issue, but that is the way. Okay, so do like that. Okay, do like that. So if we're going to call in a simple, okay, so if we're going to call in a simple way, we're going to call in a normal way, it will not create another internal session. It will be called in the same internal session. But if we're going to add the destination none, it will be going to get called in a different internal session. With this, take this a screenshot, complete this assignment on time. Please share by today evening in the group. Confirm that you have completed the assignment. Okay, and if you have any doubt, please feel free to discuss, be in communication mode. Okay, and bye. If you have any question, feel free to ask, or else I'm going to end the session. Okay, any question? No, then fine. Bye bye, have a nice day, take care.
Thank you, sir.